Remington is a typewriter company that bought out the patent from the original manufacturer of the typewriter because he wanted to fund a new project and he couldn't afford to. So the Remington Arms Company, the gun manufacturer, bought him out. And what they did is they became the Microsoft of their day, where, you know, they made a decent, solid workhorse product, and they went around and got a bunch of contracts, and they created these great machines, including this 1928 Remington Portable, which has these beautiful keys and this cool feature where it lifts and it works really well. Part of the reason why I call them the Microsoft of their day is that they made stuff proprietary. Needlessly so in some cases, which with their ink ribbons is definitely the case. So here are the ink ribbons, the spools rather, from that Remington. And here are a standard universal spool. As you can see here, there's a significant size difference between these two. These Remingtons are much, much smaller and are non-standard. One of the cool things about them, though, is that they have these clamp mechanisms. And these are made of a really sturdy, heavy-duty metal. And they have these slight nubs right there, these catches, that make sure that they stay in place and will rotate smoothly. And this one removes. So they're intended to be used over and over and over again. But it's expensive to go around buying these spools willy-nilly. So what I do is I respool from these inexpensive universal nylon spools. One of the first things I'm going to do is put on gloves, because this is an inky mess. And then the next step is going to be to unspool the new ribbon. And you can typically just pull it off. You don't have to do anything too ceremonial. And then I begin spooling the old one, and this is really great that you can just clamp it down, and it will have this eyelet, which you don't necessarily need in the Remington machines, and you can cut it off should you choose. You'll want to make sure that it's not going to twist or kink. You'll put it in and you'll click it over, and it really is just that easy. I have a device, and you'll want to emulate how a typewriter naturally spools and unspools. So you'll want to go in this rhythm. I have created this respooling system that's relatively straightforward, but doesn't naturally have a lot of built-in tension. So I just add a little bit of tension by putting my finger on there and then just respool it. Now this particular machine does have the ability to select red or black. I rarely, if ever, use the red ink on a typewriter, so I heavily favor simply using black ink. I want to get absolutely every last bit of ribbon that I can without risking this wrapping incorrectly as it unspools. So I pull it off there, and I really add just a bit of tension. Not a ton. And this is an indicator that you're coming to the very end of the spool. And this metal bit right here, this is going to take up space. So it's a good idea to cut the ribbon before this point. And there you have it. You have beautifully respooled Remington printer spools. And you could do it for the cost of these inexpensive universal spools. You just have to take the time to respool. So you never have to worry. As long as the Remington typewriter comes with the original spools, whether they're plastic or metal, you'll always be able to have ribbon.